How's it going, everyone? In this video I want to go over the PlayStation Now update, which is actually adding some pretty stellar games. We're adding 3 games in the month of August, so we'll talk about that. Containment game event comes to Rainbow Six Siege tomorrow, and it is inspired by Extraction. Siege will also be free from August 13th to the 15th. We'll talk that. And Astros Playroom PlayStation 5 dev team is teasing their most ambitious game yet. Remember, Astros Playroom was pre-installed on every PlayStation 5. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, PlayStation Now subscribers, boy oh boy, are you getting some nice additions in the month of August. You will be getting Nier Automata. This will be available until Monday, November the 1st, so kind of a bummer on only a 90-day window for Nier Automata, but obviously the game itself is absolutely excellent. I imagine at this point the majority of people that wanted to play this game did play it, but there's always a new audience discovering games. There's so many games coming out that, you know, games might have just slipped through the crack for you, and Nier Automata is a game that you should absolutely play. Story's a bit confusing initially, but then once you play through the game multiple times, it really starts to come together, and I would highly recommend, if you do get into the story, play Nier Replicant as well, the remaster on PlayStation 4, of course. While it's not as good as Nier Automata, the story is still stellar, the music is still stellar, and obviously those elements are top-notch in Nier Automata. Nier Automata features the gameplay that was handled by Platinum Games, and it's a slick action game. Again, great music, great visuals, and a pretty compelling story to boot. Okay, next up we have Ghost Runner. Obviously, this is a relatively recent release, all things considered. I believe like August of last year, so newest game in the world, but still a relatively recent game. It actually came out in October of last year, so yeah, a little bit more recent than I thought. Got a super positive reception, and they're already working on Ghost Runner 2, so you know that this game did pretty well. Has a very positive reception on Steam, 21,000 reviews, 91% positive, and an 81 on Metacritic, so solid reception there. And yeah, that's a game I imagine a lot of people did miss out on, given that it's a little bit more of a recent game. It was a downloadable title, all that good stuff, and you know, that's a nice addition to PlayStation Now as well. And lastly, you have Undertale. Undertale, obviously one of the more iconic indie games in recent memory. This game just blew up when it came out back in 2015. This is a game that, again, I imagine a lot of people have played the game, but still to have it on PlayStation Now, that's awesome. And, you know, it would be a game that I think some people would be initially turned off by the visuals, and maybe they didn't check it out. If you are one of those people and you have PlayStation Now, go and play Undertale. It's a very, very compelling and emotional journey, and it tackles a lot of dark thematics. I mean, it's got 138,000 Steam reviews, 96% of those reviews are positive, and it's got a 92 on Metacritic, so, you know, consumer reception of the game is incredibly strong, and now it's going to be added to the PlayStation Now lineup. So that's your lineup update for the month of August: Nier Automata, Ghost Runner, and Undertale. Kind of wish we would get bigger lineup updates with PlayStation Now. Sometimes they do, you know, 5 to 6 games, 3 games, but, you know, higher quality. Maybe that's just better. You know, all 3 of these games are pretty top tier, and fact of the matter is I would rather, you know, 3 games like this instead of like Tennis World Sport 2 or whatever we're getting on PlayStation Plus. So I'll give this a thumbs up. You know, if you're a PS Now subscriber, definitely worthwhile. Remember, PS Now goes on sale all the time. You can usually get like a 1-year subscription for like $50 on sale. So I wouldn't recommend, you know, paying $10 a month. Definitely don't do that. But if you do see it on sale, you know, it's not fair to compare this to Game Pass. Game Pass is obviously better unless you're taking advantage of streaming PlayStation 3 games. Then PS Now is also a pretty great service if you do have the internet that can handle it. Bear in mind, I have relatively decent internet. I'm on a wired connection, and while I could play the PlayStation 3 games through PS Now, I still didn't have the greatest experience in the world. So you need pretty top-tier internet to stream PlayStation 3 games at absolute optimal performance, so bear that in mind. But obviously the PlayStation 4 games directly downloadable, so that is great. Alright, moving on from that, Rainbow Six Siege will be free from August the 13th to August 15th, and Containment game event comes tomorrow. Obviously, this is related to the Extraction that is coming out. You know, Rainbow Six Siege runs free-to-play weekends quite often, but quite nice to see it again, and this will be a new limited-timed event titled Containment, and it's coming to Rainbow Six Siege tomorrow and running for 3 weeks until August 24th, so it will overlap with the free weekend, so that's kind of nice. It is inspired by the upcoming cooperative game Rainbow Six Extraction, which Ubisoft has unfortunately delayed until early 2022, alongside, you know, a bunch of other games that are being delayed right now. The event notes offers a tease into the world of Extraction in Rainbow Six Siege, where a team of React agents, and they'll intervene to destroy nests and will face a team of a deadly arcane variant that can adopt the form of React Operators defenders and attempt to mimic their behavior with maximum speed and with melee attacks. Only defenders will be provided with additional health and a few special abilities, but will be weaponless for the whole game, so that's going to be an interesting twist on the game. If you're excited for that, again, that's kicking off tomorrow. Rainbow Six Siege, I believe, is also on sale right now. It's on sale like all the time, so you can get it pretty darn cheap, but if you do want to wait a little bit, come August 13th, you will be able to play free until August the 15th. Lastly, definitely want to note this, Astros Playroom, a PlayStation 5 dev team in Asabi, is teasing their most ambitious game yet on their new website. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar, this studio is like low-key one of the sleeper studios that Sony has in their portfolio. Astros Playroom was awesome, and then Astrobot Rescue Mission, of course, they also did that. Astrobot Rescue Mission is widely considered by many to be the best PlayStation VR game, so the fact that they did Playroom, the fact that they did Rescue Mission, I think that, you know, paints a pretty good picture of what this studio is all about, and they're doing some pretty good stuff here, and I really hope to see them in the coming months, years, whatever the case may be, to evolve into one of the top-tier elite PlayStation studios, because I really feel like they have the potential to do that, and I feel like Astrobot as a mascot, low-key see a lot of potential in him. Obviously, he hasn't resonated to that mainstream level. Maybe that's because Astrobot Rescue Mission was a VR title, and that's going to make it, you know, a little bit limited as far as the people that can play the game. But if they do a big-budget platformer or something like that with Astrobot, I think that would really, really explode him as a mascot, and somebody that could really target a wide variety of different demographics. If you want to attract that, you know, 12 to 17 age range, a game like this, maybe even a little bit younger than that, because a lot of those kids, you know, their parents are not going to buy them God of War or something like that. Maybe some will. I mean, I was playing God of War at the age of 12, so who knows? But a lot of other people, you know, especially parents that want to get a game to play with their kids, I think Astrobot is something that can have a lot of potential, and that is one demographic that I do feel like Sony does struggle a little bit. Like, Sony is so good with that 18 to 34, 35 to 49 audience. Really, that 18 to 49 audience that people talk about, they do really well with that audience. After that, I mean, not as well, I personally feel, with the younger audience, but I think Astrobot can definitely be something like that. And of course, they got Sackboy's Big Adventure and games like that, but I see more potential at this point with Astrobot. And I've said how much I like Sackboy as a character, but I feel like Astrobot at this stage of the game just feels a little bit fresher and has a lot more potential. But they're doing their most ambitious game yet. Hopefully, it is set somewhere in there, or otherwise, you know, I'm excited for what they do, because their outings so far have been pretty darn good. And that's going to wrap up this one. Again, PlayStation Now getting a pretty great update. Undertale, Ghost Runner, Nier Automata all being added. That's pretty good. Nier Automata, unfortunately, only for 3 months, so get on that as soon as possible. Containment game event coming to Rainbow Six Siege tomorrow. Inspired by Extraction, and Siege will be free from August 13th to the 15th. And Astrobot devs are teasing their most ambitious game yet, so that's going to be quite exciting. We'll see how that turns out. That's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.